Hello, this is Riku558 again, and this is the review of the Master Grade AGE-2 Normal from the Gundam 8 series. And as you can see, it's looking pretty good. So, before I start ranting, let's get started with the review. So first thing I'm going to do is get it off the stand, so I can show off stuff. Okay, so starting off with the colors, you've got yellow, red, blue, white, gray, and clear green. I believe that is it for colors. Clear green being the let me focus. If I can just, man, it's really dark. Okay, so the clear green's in the A, obviously, with the eyes, although I have poor lighting. Forehead, cameras, and scopes on the hyperdots. And something just fell. I'll get to that later. Or I'll talk about it later, rather. Anyways. Actually, let me just off camera take this hyperdots out. He gets in the way pretty easily. I'm probably just gonna edit this out. It takes too long. And that thing fell off again. Okay. Anyways. So, let's see. For stickers / decals, we have got... Let me take them out first. We've got the eye stickers, forehead camera some more, back of the head, and the two scoops for the hyperdots. None of which I used because clear green was perfectly fine. Comes with robe transfer decals, some great details and white logos with the Earth Federation forces, and some clear stickers for the Master Grade-esque details. I might use these, or I might just wait for like Bandai to release a water slide decal for these stickers and such. I'll probably just end up doing that because I kind of want to paint this kit. Okay, that's it for stickers. Alright, so for articulation, let me just adjust the camera and refocus. And for articulation, it's pretty good. Double jointed neck, so you got one on the bottom towards the base, and then one towards the one at the head. It's a lot tighter though, so I think you're only really getting most of the movement out of the bottom. I mean, it can go up and down a little from that, and it can go all the way around, and then rotates side to side, and then armor parts fall off. You can't really turn the head a whole lot without having it run into something, because the collar is quite a tight fit with the head, and he has that chin thing. Let's see, the arms are the newer AGE Master Grade shoulders thing, where they have the polycap and ball joint, so they can pull out, like so. And then they can go up, and they can go down, they can go forward, pull them all the way out, they can go this far forward. Arms obviously rotate all the way around. The binders are on I guess a swivel here, so they can rotate here, and then they're on a hinge, the kind of system here, so they can do this and that. These binders are actually built to be able to move, so they do go out this time for real, because you know, in the high grade you could break the peg that was hindering them to make them go out, but these naturally go out. Let's see, the shoulder, the binders can slide forward a little, so they can move forwards and back. And click them in place. Arms rotate below the shoulder. bend at the elbow, 2 points for pretty much the 180. Let me get rid of the shield. See, the wrist guard, or the cuffs, do rotate like with the other AGE kits, or Master Grade AGE kits. So they can rotate side to side, or actually all the way around, because the plug for the shield goes on one side or the other. The hands are normal Master Grade AGE hands again, where you can rotate it at the arm, and you can have it swivel up and down, and then it rotates at the hand, and then the thumb is on a ball joint, so it can rotate all the way around, and then it has a single joint for a knuckle. And the hands are your typical, or your now typical Master Grade hands, where you have swappable fingers. As you can see, it has a little hole, and there's pegs in the fingers to plug them in. There's no articulation in the back, but the chest has this thing where it moves. I'm pretty sure it's only for transformation, but it's kind of loose in my opinion. There is a cockpit, but I want to show that off later because it's kind of a pain to do like as is, so I kind of want to do that while I'm getting around to it. So anyways, the torso has a couple moving joints. Here it goes side to side, forward and back. I think it might be the transformation joint, but it still doesn't move. And there's this little flat armor piece here that covers up the inner frame, I guess. Let's see, the waist can rotate all the way around if you don't get anything in the way. Front skirts are on ball joints, so they can go forward about. They fell off. And I picked up the wrong piece. Okay, let's put that back in there. You go forward about this far, so not that far. And they go out all the way to the side. And we wiggle a little. The side skirts are on a ball joint here, but they have a hinge here, so you can go out like this, and then up on the ball joint. You can also rotate at the ball joint, and that's actually about it. The wing things move, but that's usually just for transformation, so it's ignorable. The back skirt is on just a hinge, and the beam saber. Wow, almost said lightsabers. The beam saber holsters are on ball joints, so they can move around and wiggle. It's pretty nice. Anyways, for the leg articulation, there isn't any special thing on the hip because the way that model was built, it's not going to have any special forward or back or rotating thing, which I'm actually kind of glad for. And it makes sense because it's a transforming mobile suit and it has the legs spreading out gimmick. Anyway, so the legs go forward and they go pretty far back, rotate above the thigh, double jointed knee for pretty much a 180, and this knee armor doesn't go like here like usual, but to be honest, I really don't care. Okay. And then the ankle guard, I guess, goes up and down, and then this part of the ankle guard goes up and down a little. And then the foot is on a similar peg system to the high grade, so it can rotate all the way around, and then plugs into a ball joint socket here, so it can go side to side, and the toe only goes down. Okay, that's it for our articulation. So like I said, pretty good. Let me just get him situated so he doesn't fall over on himself, because there are issues that he has that I'll get to eventually, probably towards the end of the review. Anyways, for accessories, he has the hyper dots, which is very nice. Plugs into the arm here and the hand, obviously. Has one moving part, actually two moving parts technically. The bottom part can pull out a little. Now if I can get this right, hold on a second. There you go. See, actually has three moving parts, I guess. So the first one is this part, so you can pull it out a little, so it's extended, and there's a little pipe in there. This part moves in for transformation, and the handle moves. So that's pretty cool. And you can just slide it back in place. And the handle actually locks in, which is really cool in my opinion. And then next we have his little shield. It's pretty standard, nicely detailed. It has a little peg which rotates on a polycat. Pretty simple, like usual. Then he has his beam sabers, which are stored on his back skirt. Very nice. Have a slit for the pegs on his holding hands, so you can just get his beams, which are the 1/100 scale Exia beam sabers, because apparently 00 and AGE have similar beams, or they did that on purpose. So he has a short beam and a long beam, and I saw on an ad that you can do this. So he has a double-sided beam. You can have semi-Darth Maul, and I think I dropped something. Anyways, this is a great way to go into his next accessory, or I guess it's not really an accessory because they're kind of part of him, but fingers. Comes with fingers for closed fists. Comes with fingers for the holding hand. You saw the trigger finger. Splayed open hand. And that should be about it. So I think you use this to hold the beam sabers too, but it's kind of awkward, so let's use this one. Even though it has no peg and it's very blurry. Okay, let's see. How does this work out? Just going to work this into his hand carefully. There you go. And it's a pretty okay connection. He doesn't actually hold it, it just kind of loosely sits in the hand. But it kind of fits because in the box art, he kind of just loosely holds it anyways. Although it's rather slippery in there. So I guess you have to use like a different hand or something. God, that's getting kind of annoying. Anyway, so that's it. And let's see, what else is there? Actually, the only other real accessory he has is the action-based attachment, which is really cool because I'm pretty sure this is the one. You peg it in and then you slide it forward. So, yeah, that's really cool. Anyways, so I forgot to mention beginning of the review. This is probably just going to be a two-parter because I'm already at 14 minutes. So that's it for this part. Next part will be the AGE-2's transformation and most likely final thoughts. So look forward to the second part.